Hello and welcome to Drew Manchu's Comic Book Reviews. I'm your host, Drew Manchu, and today we're going to be taking a look at New Mutants, number 1. Woo! Nice and shiny. Jonathan Hickman's House of X and Powers of 10 has rewritten the entire landscape for the Merry Mutants of Marvel, and we're finally getting a look at the younger generation and how they're coming up in New Mutants. Now, when I say younger, I don't really mean like kids in school young. This is more like CW drama-aged New Mutants. They're in their young 20s, they're out, they're gallivanting, they're having a good old time. And it seems like this team is split between the New Mutants of the original era and some of the holdovers from Generation X, like Mondo and Chamber. The book opens on Krakoa with the rebirth of Rain Sinclair, also known as Wolfsbane. She's approached by Karma, who wants to know what she's grinning at. She says it's like she's died and gone to heaven. Karma says, you might want to take the gift for what it is, but if you want to talk about it, you let me know, because I'm here for you. She smiles and sincerely says, you know what? No, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Next we flash to Cypher and Mondo. And Cypher has the ability to communicate with just about anything, and he communicates with Krakoa on a regular basis. Mondo has the ability to absorb the nature around him, so Cypher thinks that if he can absorb enough Krakoa, he can communicate easier through using Mondo. Apparently Mondo can't use Krakoa to communicate with Doug, but Krakoa can use Mondo to communicate with Doug. Apparently this sends Mondo's consciousness somewhere else, kind of into a void of nothingness, and Krakoa communicates with Doug that this experience is very unpleasant for him as well. He says it's a bad thing, he doesn't like it, and it's over now, and he leaves Mondo's consciousness. Mondo wants to know what the hell happened, and he tells Doug if he ever tries to make him do that again, he's going to punch him in the face. We then flash to the Academos habitat, the sex tent. We get a conversation between Sunspot and Danny Moonstar about where they fall in the line of the X-Men. They're the 6th generation of Homo Superior, trying something new, a real community, a home. And as they arrive home, the rest of the team does as well. They come across Chamber and Magic in the kitchen. They're joined by Karma and Wolfsbane, and finally by Doug and Mondo. Bobby laments that it's almost perfect, and the only thing that would make it better is if Sam was there to enjoy things with them. Danny says that the problem is that Sam is with his family in Shi'ar space, hundreds of thousands of light years away. Bobby says, "Want to go for a ride?" We then cut to the Starjammer, where Corsair and his band of space pirates have decided to give the New Mutants a ride. He says that he'll get them into Shi'ar space, but after that, they're on their own. To which Roberto replies that he's got a big smile and a pocket full of money, and he'll do just fine with close. We flash to Doug and Mondo looking for the ship's indoor biome. It seems Corsair has planted his Krakoan gate that he was gifted by his sons in X-Men issue number 1 in this biome. And Mondo needs to touch the dirt to get the Krakoa off of him. We then get a conversation with Chode where we realize that the Krakoan biology is not meshing well with his biome. And to make things worse, the gateway flower that the New Mutants have brought with them so that they can get home is interacting with the Krakoan gate that's already there and turning everything else in the biome to absolute hell. Doug plants his gate flower inside of Mondo, and it eliminates the disruption, but the damage has been done, and Chode is not happy. Several days later, we cut to Magic having a sword fight with Raza, and everybody has gathered around to watch. Magic bests Raza to the delight of the crowd, except for Corsair, who loses a bottle of Kentucky bourbon to Roberto in the process. Flash forward to Benevolence on the edge of Shi'ar space. Corsair has some pirate business here with the Starjammers, and he tells the kids of the New Mutants that they need to stay put on the ship. He says that these people here are some bad mamma jammas, and they don't want to mess with them. The New Mutants are like, hey, come on, let's fight these bad guys. Corsair's like, nope, not my deal. I'm here on business. As soon as he leaves, they start to scheme, and Roberto says, no, dude, no, don't do that. Don't go out there. We were told we need to stay here. I'm going to go get the bottle of bourbon. We're going to have a few drinks, and we're going to chill. And as soon as he leaves the room, Magic teleports them all out of there to go on a secret mission. They show up at the Starjammers' target before the Starjammers do, but they're intercepted by Corsair and his pirates, who urge them to back away. He says that he lied to them about the fringe cultists that ran this place. It was obviously just a lie. This is a containment facility for exotic materials, and of course they're here to steal something. They're pirates. Now let's get out of here. And as Magic goes to teleport them away, she's struck in the back and knocked unconscious. They're cut off from the Starjammers, and the Starjammers do exactly what you'd expect space pirates to do. They leave the children there to be caught by the Shi'ar Empire. They show up back on the Starjammer and run into a slightly inebriated Roberto, who says, "Hey man, we need to go save my friends." Corsair replies, "I said I'd get you to Shi'ar space. You're here. Now get off my ship." The New Mutants surrender to the Shi'ar Empire. Danny remarks that it's a disaster and they should have never left the ship. But Roberto says, don't worry, he's got the number of a really great space lawyer. New Mutants #1 is a fantastic first issue for this series. The Rod Reese art is absolutely amazing. Hickman is actually breaking this story, and Ed Brisson, who's done a great job in the X-Men universe as of late, is writing. This is just a really, really good jumping on point. I like how they've mishmashed the teams of Generation X and the New Mutants. I like how they're not kids, but they're kind of young enough to still not know about themselves and get themselves into trouble. I dig that. I remarked on it already that the Rod Reese art, it's just really cool. Great style, great use of color. The choice to tie in the Starjammers and get them to space was really cool as well. I love Corsair and the Starjammers, really great characters. Tying in the thread of Mondo and Krakoa not quite working well together is also pretty cool, and gives you a nice look forward at some stories that they can tell in that arena. New Mutants #1 is one of my favorite issues out of these X-Men stories, man. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4.5 out of 5. I'm excited to see where this thing goes. I love these characters, and I just want more New Mutants.